Hey everybody. Wow, just did a video, remember on I keep getting this mixed up, green, brown. Remember that young lady? Then we had that fool in the yellow hood talking about, I hope she's all right. And that was the one with the 23-year-old. She went to drop her child off to the father who went on Facebook Live showing the outfit he wanted to be buried in. And, he shot her, the 23-year-old girl who was a nurse, also working and had a company, and then he shot the neighbor and killed that neighbor, 31 years old, and then shot a 36-year-old man in the leg. So remember that video I did, and I said I'm just sick of the BC. This is how they do our people collectively. And again, I saw a comment, the same thing, always siding with the wrong fool, always siding with it. Well, he didn't mean to do it, she should have made him mad. A man can do something to a black woman, as long as it's a dusty. Well, these things happen. He lost his temper too. We can't just throw him away. The hell we can. So remember the video I did, and I'm like, it's pretty much the thinking pattern of the BC. And you had that black man on there with that another tarantula head in the yellow hoodie talking about, oh, I hope he get the help that he need. He get the help that he need. It's mighty funny. The help always seems to come too late. Nobody can think about getting that help prior to somebody dying, losing a life, or them offering themselves. So yeah, I get it. The mental illness is a new excuse because you don't want to admit you got a demonic demon on your hand. That's what it is. So get the help he need. Now all of a sudden we caring. And in the BC, if the person goes to get the help they need to talk about it, it'll be a psychiatrist. You crazy. Ain't nothing wrong with you. Just sit your ass down. You crazy. That's how this group will do. It's unbelievable. So once again, look on the screen. We have a family member. Yeah. Here's a cousin. And here's the female that's deceased. Again, I'm just waiting for the mental illness thing to drop. So look at this clip. And they're also interviewing a family member. He basically pushed her down the stairs. Look at the clip. The family member who is a black male, based on a voice. I want you to listen at what he says. Okay, listen carefully. Then listen to the end about this fool right here. You wonder why I sing that song? Beware the angry black man. He's good at throwing those hands. Okay? Beware the angry black man. Please have your gun in hand. Just beware the angry black man. It's not worth it, especially if you're a black woman. Now, you can be Becky and block him coming into his building. Call the police on him as you're watching for birds. You can be all up in his face accusing him of stealing your son's phone. And guess what? Tyrone going to stay calm. He going to stay calm and handle it the best way he can. But don't you be a black woman, man. You're around an angry black man's sister. You're not going to like how it ends. So here's another example of the BC. Black lives only matter when it's a dust bucket black man. You're a black man trying to achieve something like the video I did yesterday, the one that was sitting out the home that he bought to restore it and waiting on a refrigerator. Your life doesn't matter. You already saw what happened. He was shot multiple times, shot dead. Waiting on a refrigerator. So yeah, beware the angry black man. Here is a good example. Please have your gun in hand. Check it out, people, for use.
Last name, the same bloodline, and now the same headlines after police say that an East Baltimore man murdered his cousin by pushing her down a flight of stairs. WMER 2 News' Jeff Hager has more on this story for us tonight.
When police entered this house on North Curley Street for a report of an assault, they discovered 33-year-old Shanlette Lewis laying in a pool of blood inside her front door. She died from her injuries 2 days later, and now her cousin, 31-year-old Demetric Lewis, faces charges in her death. One of her family members, who did not wish to be identified, spoke to us of this double tragedy.
She was a good spirit. She was a good person. She ain't deserve it. Our main little argument, this It's a big loss for the family. I mean, it's two losses: a death and a life that's thrown away. I mean, because he ain't think.
According to charging documents, Lewis got into an argument with his cousin, threatened her, and then pushed her down the stairs to the basement, where she hit her head on the concrete floor. Allegedly, he then carried her upstairs, grabbed her by the shirt, and dragged her through the kitchen and living room, leaving her by the front door. He then fled from the home before police arrived, and 2 days later, she died from her injury. Demetric Lewis is now being held on a first and second-degree murder charge, but his family isn't convinced that he meant to kill his cousin.
It was just a heated argument that one thing led to another and it went left. But I'm quite sure it was accidental. Yeah, definitely. I mean, he loved her just like she loved him. But I mean, you know, it's tough love out here.
At the time of his cousin's death, Lewis was still facing charges dating back 2 years ago in Baltimore County after he allegedly got into a fight with a co-worker at the Edenwald retirement home and beat him severely, telling him during the assault, "I am going to try to kill you."
Well, he didn't mean to say he was going to try to kill him. He didn't mean to say he was going to try to, beat him to death like that, put them hands on him. He didn't mean to. Hell, y'all shouldn't have made him mad. Shouldn't have made that dude mad. You know he got a quick temper. You should have left him alone. Ooh, the dusty logic in the BC. He didn't mean to do it. It's tough love. I've had a difference of course we do, with my family. I've yelled at my sister for something. Okay? Felt bad about the yelling. So I call her and say, hey, as I calm down, I apologize for yelling my delivery. I don't apologize for what I said, because I meant that. I wasn't like cursing like that. But I apologize for the delivery because I lost my temper. Boom! We're done. I mean, that's it. One more time. This is how it is. This is typical in the BC. Excuses.
Thrown away. I mean, because he ain't think.
According to charging
he never does think.
Loss for the family. I mean, it's two losses: a death and a life that's thrown away. I mean, because he ain't think.
According to charging documents, Lewis got into an argument with his cousin, threatened her, and then pushed her down the stairs to the basement, where she hit her head on the concrete floor. Allegedly, he then carried her upstairs, grabbed her by the shirt, and dragged her through the kitchen and living room, leaving her by the front door. He then fled from the home before police arrived, and 2 days later, she died from her injury. Demetric Lewis is now being held on a first and second-degree murder charge, but his family isn't convinced that he meant to kill his cousin.
It was just a heated argument that one thing led to another and it went left. But I'm quite sure it was accidental. Yeah, definitely. I mean, he loved her just like she loved him. But I mean, you know, it's tough love out here.
At the time of his cousin's death, Lewis was still facing charges dating back 2 years ago in Baltimore County after he allegedly got into a fight with a co-worker at the Edenwald retirement home and beat him severely, telling him during the assault, "I am going to try to kill you."
So I guess he didn't kill that person, but he definitely killed his cousin. Do you see the mentality of the BC? I kid you not. It's an accident. No, it's tough love out here. So if you get knocked down, get beat down, it's tough love. We still love each other. What the hell? He already got 2 years prior. I am going to try to beat you to death. So he done pushed her to death. 2 losses. He didn't mean to do it. It just went left. Do you see how they trivialize the death of Black women? That's why I don't understand the Dusties. I don't. The Dustinas, you support them. I question your sanity. That's why when something happens to you, one of these Dusties, well, you put yourself in alignment with it. He beat somebody on the job. Gee. Unbelievable. I'm going to try to kill you. So that person survived. Well, guess what? He didn't have to try this time. This time he succeeded. And as you can see, just by this family member speaking, they're going to support this fool on the screen, even though a female family member is now deceased. They're going to support him. They're going to stand by him Trisha's chicken hat on her head, Meemaw, and everybody. They will put money on his book. Oh, we still love you, man. Do you see how in the BC, I keep telling you, the black man is a piece of princess. He's protected. We are literally looking at, before our very eyes, hashtag DP, Dusty Privilege. Other communities will be ripping him a new one because they value the women. This one doesn't. They value Dusty. And if it wasn't for the black women carrying this community and a few black men, all hell, it would fall apart. This is how you value. Why do you think you can have 5.5 hours a black woman killed? Do you not see the pattern here? And it is what it is. Why would it take Goldman Sachs, Aberdeen, and MasterCard to invest in black women? What the hell are the black women with all the darn money at? You got your head up Becky's ass and her daddy's ass. Where you at? And then a few black men try to build something, they get killed by the Dusties. What kind of dysfunction is this? Isn't there something? The few black men that try to get killed, let's go ahead and fix these houses. Let me go ahead and buy a house and get a refrigerator. Here comes little TT, terrible Tyrone. So the few men that try to do something in the community, they get killed out. And then the black women get killed out. They are killing out our best and brightest. I don't care if a person just had a regular job. What that dust bucket got? He probably don't have one. He probably doesn't have one. If a person has a regular job or something, that person can create generational wealth. All he can create is some darn dust. Yeah, life insurance, a few assets. What is this? What's on the screen? What's he gonna leave? So do you not see a pattern here? Who's invested in black women? Zaddy invested in them, and Zaddy even taking care of these old darn Dustinas. And then in the BC, who's killing black women in the black community? I keep telling you. That's why I don't believe in all this. Well, we family, we gotta all be together. Oh, hell no. No. Not necessarily. What you about? It's some people I know. Hey, fine. It's a family member too. I wouldn't want them in my little place because I already know. And I used to of course, like being a fashionista. That was really my thing. And I just want them around because I already know what's going to happen. They probably shake the little place down. Anything designer would probably be gone. House money would be gone. Hell, I might look up child, a car is gone. You got more than one vehicle? That ain't going to hurt you. Well, what is my car? I'm missing a vehicle. I kid you not. I call it for what it is. So no, you stay over there. I don't want, you ain't worn this tennis bracelet in I don't know how many years. Or that man gave you a ring and y'all broke up. You still got that ring? That ring would be gone. You ain't wearing it. They could pay for a down payment on somebody's house. I can't, you dating that rich man and he gave you this. I can't believe that. It would be gone. That's just material things. What about life? We already had it. I mean, we had that video where that fool was babysitting the kids. Lord have mercy, the girls end up dead. And I do believe he probably was messing with them and doing an assault. I think it was possible, and that's probably why he silenced them. But once again, when you're a black woman in the BC, you end up deceased. You see where they're going to stand. They're going to stand behind that black man. He didn't mean to do it. I guess he didn't mean to beat that co-worker too, savagely. And said, I'm going to try to beat you to death. Is that what he said? Something to that effect? He pushed her down. She hit her head. Then he pulled her up into the kitchen, left her there. I guess he didn't mean to do that either. He didn't mean to pull her up there. He then fled. He didn't mean to flee. Excuses for the Dusties. You wonder why I say welcome to Blackistan. Decent black men and women, leave. Distance yourself if you can. Distance yourself. So yeah, they're going to stand by this fool on the screen. I just want you to see this. Another episode of a Dusty Negro. And he will have support for his from the family. She lost her life. They had gotten to it. Things just went left. I'd be glad. I wish they could do a cleanse overnight and wipe out all this Dusty. And the Dustins, put them on the island and let them just destroy each other. A disagreement leads to murder. But I bet when that white man fire your dusty chocolate drop behind, I'm not saying to do this. Do you ever do anything to them? No. So what's the issue? You just take your behind on, get to cussing like you do. They really do hate black women. And black women still carrying this dust. Somebody got to let it fall on the ground. You're back against the wall. You make something happen. You make some right decisions. So you can already tell this right here, her life has just been trivialized. And like she's a cat, got 9 lives. We're humans. You want 1 life and that's it. It's been trivialized. All the sympathy is going toward this on this page. Welcome to the BC. I keep on telling you. Well, the black man, the dusties, they're the princess. Another black woman gone. Eyes in the hood, it happens again. You heard him say things go left. Again, if you're in Blackistan, try and distance yourself, stay away from the rest. It is the most dangerous place, and it's sad to say, for a decent black woman or man to be, and children, one of the most dangerous places for you to be is in the black community. And I'm out.